You know, the time spent going to, prepping for, being at, and then leaving the Ark encounter feels, it doesn't feel like a dream. It still feels real, but the same rate as if for a moment I was just in another world. And that's kind of a good feeling for it to be. It feels right. Um, I was just thinking about it in the wait for this stream, as I'm literally drinking a bottle of water that I never did drink from the protest proper. Um, just about how it, felt to actually be there, to experience it, to hang around with people. How right it all felt. That was the coolest thing about it, is that nothing has ever felt so correct in my life, I think. You know what isn't correct though? Kent Hovind. Yeah. We're going to be looking at his Sunday stream, which was done solo since Joseph was up our way, chicken shitting out of talking to any of us at the protest. Drink some of that protest water there. Because, it's Hovind, it's Joseph. They're cowards. They are absolute cowards. Hello, s'mores. So I'm going to go on and get us prepped up. This is again from Facebook because for whatever reason, make sure everything's good. Okay, cool. The stream was not on um, Rumble, and honestly, I feel like Joseph. This seems so conspiratorial, and I can't possibly be that important or that much of a thing. But I feel like this was done intentionally so I wouldn't see this stuff. I truly feel like it's not coincidence. It could very well be, but I feel like it was intentional that I didn't, or was less likely to see this stream, because they know I follow Rumble rather than Facebook and other sources. Not that, I can't trivially look on Facebook or someone won't eventually tell me. But right, we're going to get to Hovind's Sunday morning stream from July 6th of 2025, the day of the protest. Now, Joseph most definitely chickened out. He's a cowardly piece of crap. And if he wants to debate me on that, he knows how to get in touch with me. Otherwise, you're bitch made, Joseph. Love that water. But Kent, with all his bravado and stuff, may have had an actual reason not to come. Now, he doesn't address it here, but it becomes very, very prevalent very quickly upon watching the video. This is what we're going to do now.
Folks, a little bit different this morning. Kent Hovind here in Lenox, Alabama. It is July the 6th, 2025. The atheists are having a rally. All 15 of them have gathered together at Noah's.
More like towards 50. If you look on the, I'm having to work with this because everything is mirrored. So that would be flip-flopped over, and if you turn, okay, so that would be the right side of Kent's face. One of the sides of his face is obviously not doing well. We got mirror cam going on. It's too early in the morning for me to try to process what angle is what. Rather be doing quantum physics. No. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. We think he had another minor stroke, quite possibly due to potential stress of coming up there and dealing with the stuff, dealing with Krabby, whatever. Yet he was still in good enough shape to do this stream. Now, to be clear and to be very, very serious and very human for a moment, that fucking sucks. Having these minor strokes definitely fucking sucks. Hovind is 72 years old. His health is starting to go, because you can't stay, top tier forever. And Hovind's being clear, Hovind's in pretty damn good shape for a 72-year-old from what we can see. But time is taking its toll. And he's had these little strokes before, including on video at a point. So I don't as much stuff as I'll say hyperbolically, I'm not wishing ill. We should sympathize and empathize with him for the human frailties we all share and the potential we have to follow that same route with just the way our physiology happens to be. Um, but I will say Hovind doesn't do himself any favors with the way he behaves, the way he acts, the stresses he puts himself under. Other potentialities in his lifestyle that we don't know about could be affecting things. Um, but still, for all the bravado and for all the big talk, he didn't come and he didn't acknowledge any level of humanity or weakness. As you'll watch, he does not acknowledge being, having had a minor issue or anything, or otherwise just not feeling well enough. And obviously showing it in this stream. We wouldn't have called him out if it seemed like he was obviously not doing 100%. And he acknowledged it. That all being said, let's continue.
Ark, Ken Ham's Noah's Ark, and they're having an anti-God rally up there. So Joseph is up there, our tech guy, and one of our
And he's a chicken shit.
other guys. Well, anyway, it's a long story. We'll get into it in just a minute. We're the Dinosaur Adventureland and Genesis Baptist Church in Lenox, Alabama. We believe the Bible is true and evolution is stupid.
Now look, see, he perked up once he kind of got into his thing, which is natural to happen as people are recovering from anything. It's like, okay, I feel good enough to do a stream. Let's do this. And he kind of gets going. I've only seen the beginnings of this. I haven't seen how it follows through. I've heard it goes a little downhill again later on. I don't know. But just continue to watch Kent. He is not himself. Notice how poorly animated he is compared to how he usually is.
A bunch of different channels. They took us off of YouTube, but we're on Facebook, on Rumble, let's see, on the Twitter, on our app, our own TV, KentHovind.tv. Let's see, TikTok, a whole bunch of them.
And yeah, Jess, that's the key thing. Too many cars, but not enough people. It's like, okay, seems like all those other cars parked fine. Don't know what problems Joseph had.
Comment, like it and share it, and do all that stuff you're supposed to do with it. Okay. You can help us stay open for free. Join our 777 Club. Just call 855-BIG-DINO. Extension 1. Talk to the secretary.
Yeah, I should provide a disclaimer. Yeah, we're not medical professionals, not diagnosing anything. This is just what we think had happened based on what had gone on. What we see here, and just knowledge we have. Shouldn't have to add a disclaimer to such, but fuck if somebody isn't going to try to say something if we don't.
Great. DrDino.com. Okay. Get our seminars there. We've been through this before. Up in Hillsboro, Ohio, they had the world's largest horseshoe crab model, 67 feet long. Well, the guy donated it to us. So we went up Friday and spent all day. What did we do?
I thought about it. He says we went up. So did Kent go up there with them? Did something happen? Like, it just clicked with me. Did something happen while working on the crab? Did he maybe get hit in the head or something? Did he have heat exhaustion? There could be a lot of different catalysts for this event to have happened. If what we think happened did happen. Obviously Hovind's not well, so something went wrong somewhere. Makes you wonder.
Yeah, got there Saturday morning early, and these guys had already taken it apart. Krabby, tell people, has moved to Lenox, Alabama. Please notify any social media you know of that mentions Krabby, these world visiting places, and tell them, come to Lenox now. It's amazing. A giant crab, there it is right there, put together in Hillsboro, Ohio. And thanks to all you people who helped take it apart and load the pieces on the trailers. We had 5 different trailers coming down here. Ben donated it to our ministry and had a crew take it apart. Some were too large for the trailer and had to be cut in half. Now we need to put it all back together. If you can do fiberglass or paint, please come down. We're going to put this giant thing together.
Translation, we had to break it to get it home, rather than do the job properly.
There it is up there, all assembled. You like to do pieces? Puzzles? Come on, you can do the puzzle here. Thank Daniel Sawyer, the owner of Kubota in Monroeville, for paying for one guy to go up there with a giant trailer and get most of the stuff. So Daniel, thank you for what you did. Give him your business if you need a Kubota. And Ben Sexton is the one who donated it to us. You can write to him or call him and say thank you. He just gave it to us. So if you want to send him some money, that would be a blessing. So we went up there, cut the pieces in half. All you guys, thank you for helping with that. If they were over a certain width, we couldn't get them on the trailer. So now we got to put everything back together. Giant puzzle. If any of you have a mother-in-law or an ex you'd like us to name Krabby after, please call. Let me know.
More rampant misogyny from Hovind. It's probably linked to incredible stress and planning that goes into the arc. Was undoubtedly stressful. I mean, who would want to look at Lord Tomato directly in the face? Wow, Seth, way to throw shade. Ain't that ugly? Man, and I was decked out, had the Hawaiian shirt, did the impressions. I was on point. Straight. I was disappointed. It wasn't unexpected at all, but yeah. Can consult with Bill Sardi. Oops, no, Bill died of certain respiratory illness that doesn't exist. Yeah. He was born after the Hovind theory, so he can't live to be 900. Bulgers will be circling, taking over Kent's business. Bolin, Powell, a whole host of losers. Maria pops. I'm sure Kent did not sign up for Medicare. Wonder if he has some kind of health insurance or is part of a Christian insurance pool. If he becomes indignant, his hero gutted Medicare.
Might be appropriate. I asked Daniel that. He said, I better not do that. Okay. There we are, cutting pieces in half to the world's largest horseshoe crab. We just want to use it to reach people for the Lord.
Because, when I think of Jesus and God, the first thing I think of is horseshoe crab. Also, yeah. Is it really bringing something back if you have to destroy it to get it? I mean, you can you could transport a guitar by taking the neck off and the body, and then you can make it even smaller by cutting the body in half and cutting the neck in half. It'd be even more compact, but then you got to try to rebuild that shit, and at that point, is it even worth it?
Ben told me people came from all over the world because it says world's largest. It's all you need. World's largest anything, and they'll come to see it.
There you go. See Ken Hovind, world's largest douchebag. It's kind of wild to just to see him, to hear him admit these kinds of things. Like, this is all it's for. It's just a power play. Get him to come see this thing.
So we loaded all the pieces. They're still on my trailer there, and still on the other trailer that we drove down 55 miles an hour for. Got in at 3:30 this morning. So if you like doing puzzle pieces, help us put the big one together. There's all the pieces scattered all over the ground.
Hey James, how's it going, buddy? Jess, it's gonna be the microphone. It cuts out a lot of the bass, so you get more of the nasal end of things on my stuff. It's just not quite the same experience. Plus, I'm trying to present here as opposed to being more natural when hanging out. Yep, my splendor and majesty. Yeah, right.
Gonna be a big one. Then after we get it bolted together, we have to finish it, cover the seams and all that stuff. Right behind our Noah's Ark we're building, 1/3 scale model. So the atheists are having a Ark encounter. They're protesting something.
And I met Mandisa. I met Mark. I met Godless Engineer. Hell, I'm friends with him on Facebook now. Secular Rarity. I actually didn't get a chance to meet because they popped up a little late, and I was just more in like awe of the charisma coming off of them. Vice Rhino did not come because Canada, America, not taking the risk. R and Raw had to pull out, and what was that? Skeptic? Yeah, met him too. I've met the skeptic. I've seen his family. Such a nice family. Such a nice dude. I mean, everyone was awesome. Exactly how you think they're going to be. Full stop. Everyone is exactly how you think. They say never meet your heroes, but, and if you extrapolate that out to just people you admire, people you value in a subculture you're in, and you meet them and they turn out awesome, it's like, okay, well, I guess that story is wrong. Maybe it's just a certain type of person who fits that bill. And my God, Mandisa is an incredible woman. Just absolutely incredible. Just that was probably the biggest I don't know. It was just something about her really sticks with you. Certain charisma that just, I mean, everyone's awesome, but you know how it is. Someone just is like, oh, you're so fucking awesome. I don't know. Maybe it's me being in Memphis and knowing the cause she does, and seeing how religion affects the African American community here, and hoping to be an ally in that front. Maybe I relate on that aspect. It was a fun time, though. Let's continue.
And it's going to be live today, they said, with Mendissa Thomas, who is, I debated her once, I think. I'll do it again anytime.
She tore you apart, and oh, she loved that I cover Hovind. I was like, yeah, I cover Hovind. I told her about my review of her stream, of her debate with him. Some of the fun comments I had, synopses, and she just laughed, and I'm like, yay! Oh man.
Godless engineer. That's a contradiction of terms. Engineers, design things, but they don't think the world was designed. He knows anything he engineers is designed, but the world was not. You got to have help. Okay, so there's their
Maria, yes. We strongly suspect he had some kind of stroke over the period between Thursday and Sunday, or otherwise some kind of incident that resulted in that. And I'm glad you see it, because it just shows that we're all not crazy.
genocide. They're protesting the genocide and incest at the Noah's Ark. Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. So they have 27 people signed up to come. I said, it's not worth me staying here. I got plenty to do. We have more than that waiting on a tour down here at Dinosaur Adventureland.
All right, Kent. So this is kind of the catalyst. Like, okay, so one, that's not actually how many people showed up. It was far more. Two, you or Joseph or somebody pulled that from some random page of, hey, who's going, sign up, or this, that, the other, just so they could gauge things. One small sub party for the greater event. But even more so, Kent. All right, you talk nonstop about wanting to save people. You do your whacking atheists. You're like, I just want to get you saved. I just want to get you saved, to individuals from across the country. But when you / your crew were already up in the area, and you have been talking for months about this, and you decide it's not worth it. Okay, Kent. So from your perspective, my soul is not worth it. What kind of pastor are you? What kind of man of God who acts like their mission is to save souls decides it's not worth it? I've got tours waiting here. All the tours being people who already buy into your mythical bullshit. You're fucking pathetic. We've already said you're pathetic as a preacher, but that cements it. You absolutely fucking suck at everything you have ever, can ever, will ever, or just ever do. Everything you are is garbage. You are a worthless person. Absolutely pathetic, beyond incompetent. And this here cements it. Fucking waste of life.
So a YouTuber wrote a comment. Brother Hovind, I love the information you share about creation, but I don't think it pleases God to do your whacking atheist show. You should reach them with love. Well, here's my comment back. I do the whacking atheist, and some of them get upset about it. And I never use a baseball bat. Dave, why would you do that? Okay. No. I said, thanks for watching and learning from our shows. We want to draw you closer to the Lord. I understand your comment and your position. God used many different types of personalities in the Bible to spread his word. Jeremiah wept as he preached. Moses was the meekest man in the earth. Jonah hated his mission calling and he ran from it. Elijah mocked the fools who worshiped a cow. I think God gave me some of the Elijah personality. Jesus called them folks fools also, I enjoyed showing the rest of the world how stupid it is to believe you came from a rock. If you have a different way.
Unholy cosplayers is someone offering? I mean, hit me in the DMs if someone's offering. Oh, this stream went right in the gutter. Right in the gutter. I already said my piece, the most critical stuff. Now we can just fucking party.
By reaching the lost for the Lord, then please do it. I know my bold mocking Elijah approach angers some, but it reached a lot of people over the 56 years I've been doing it. Works for me. We'll all meet up in heaven and come.
Yeah, Seth pointing out me just being a full-blown conversation with Mendice. Yeah, it's wild. at the beginning of just and that was at the protest itself, but in the pre-event, I'm cloistered up, my anxiety's high, I'm not quite, just in the zone yet. I'm more worried about my damn laptop and random stuff. The TISM was like, hey, I gotta fix this, hey, I gotta fix that, which I wound up fucking fixing. Everyone was freaking proud of me for that. And then by later that night and the next day, we're all vibing, we're all good with each other, and then boom, the event happens, people show up, I'm just like, oh hey, yeah, let me help, carry the table, and let me do this, let me do that, just we're all being helpful, and just conversations just happen. I don't know, I just came out of my shell. It was great.
Compare the results. So I like mocking the atheist. Go win souls, for heaven's sake. Jesus, let's say fools and blind. Wow, he's making fun of it. Fools, blind, fools. Oh, fools and slow of heart. I mean, slow to catch on. Oh, interesting. Thou fool, this night shall thy soul be required of thee. Fool, fools, and foolish, used by Jesus, used a bunch of times in the Bible. Psalm 14 says,
Yep. Say it with me, everyone. Because Magic Book of Bullshit says people won't believe Magic Book of Bullshit. It's like the authors almost knew, hey, some people won't accept this. Let's just call them fools.
a fool said in his heart, there's no God. Psalm 53, the fool has said in his heart, there's no God. And you're a fool, trying to be an atheist, absolute fool. So there they are, freedom from religion.
Yeah, I did, Mark. And seriously, if anyone hasn't seen the Professor Dave video where he ranks all the scumbags he's interacted with, definitely worth it. Hovind is still pissed that he straight up got the ultimate, trifecta of scumbaggery. Kent Hovind is the worst person Professor Dave has ever interacted with.
Andrew, evolution is a religion.
No, it's not, Kent.
That's all it is. You have to believe in it. You want freedom from religion? Well, then get out of the evolution and atheist movement. Atheism is a religion. You have to believe there's no God. There's no possible way you can.
One, that's not what atheism is, a rejection of theistic claims. And while I'll assert such, insofar as if pressed, that goes into its own thing of me being, honestly, at that point, anti-theist. But again, your entire false equivalence just is breaks down at the tiniest bit of scrutiny. But of course, you and your ilk lack the ability to scrutinize anything.
Know that. You can imagine it if you want, but that's not science. Atheist groups,
because Ken Hovind's the arbiter of all science,
have protested for several years and for several reasons. They oppose the ark because they believe it promotes the story of Noah's Ark as a celebration of genocide and incest.
Because that's exactly what it is, of God killing everything on the planet. And then to repopulate, brothers and sisters gotta fuck each other? Yeah.
Oh, no. Noah's
Or maybe it was a case of fuck your mother.
Ark is a celebration of God's way out of salvation. Judgment's coming. Please get in the ark. Anybody could have come. They were all invited. They didn't want to go. So they criticized the park's policy of requiring employees to sign a statement of faith. Well, yeah, I think probably every business in the world can decide who they want to hire. They don't.
Not in that way. It's illegal to do such under any other circumstance, but the ark gets a pass on it.
I want you. They have to claim to work for Ken Ham's Noah's Ark. You have to claim you believe the Bible and make some common sense statements. I think that's. I bet McDonald's requires people to speak English in American McDonald's.
Seth, you had the experience with a lot of the McDonald's franchises down here. The franchises are heavily Hispanic owned in Memphis now. And so a lot of people work in the back. English isn't necessary to make a good burger or perfectly salt a fry. No, English isn't required. What's required is skill to put up with a job that's going to treat you like crap. I don't care what language the person making my food speaks, as long as the food's cooked right. All right, straight up, I don't give a damn. Hell, I trust someone more. Most of the time, I trust someone more the less English they know, because they're going to care about cooking food right, because that just seems to be a thing in every other culture except America. No one gives a shit working in food about doing food right. Everyone else in the world, man, I don't care if I'm working at McDonald's. This burger gonna be the best goddamn burger you ever got. Except, they think it in their native tongue.
Or they can't work there. Duh. You guys, that's your complaint? Tax incentives. Yeah, that was between them and the state of Ohio. What do you guys, or Kentucky, what do you have?
Yeah, I was gonna say Kentucky. Yeah, that's state government funds being used for religion. No bueno, Kent. That is a violation of the First Amendment.
To do it. Why does it bother you? I'll say. Then they said it's not appropriate for children. So you think all the sex ed stuff we got in our public schools now is appropriate with teachers?
Yes, teachers explaining to kids how the reproductive system works, the nature of sexuality, the nature of the way their hormones are going to start making them feel, the nature of puberty, so that they don't feel like they've done something horribly wrong when the girls start menstruating, or the guys, why is everything all active? What is this? Actually understanding what's going on, understanding ways to protect yourself if you choose to be intimate. Yeah, I think that's pretty good to do. You ever notice, Kent, the areas with abstinence only are the ones with all the teen pregnancies? It's funny how that works. Follows the Bible Belt nicely.
Teachers dressing up in drag and pretending to be a man when they're a woman, or a woman when they're a man?
That's completely unrelated to sex ed. That might get into some gender study stuff that I'm not sure how areas are or are not teaching this stuff. I think there's cultural sensitivity and awareness that's come about since I was in school. It's been 22 years since I finished high school, so it's been a hot minute. But drag, fuck, people have been doing drag all the time. Just guys dressing up as women just because it's a thing. It's part of the cultural zeitgeist. I don't understand this sudden obsession with drag when it's never been a problem before. Oh, wait, of course, because it relates to that there transgender issue, even though it doesn't. I don't know. I can't articulate my thoughts well enough from this ass clown. He just went full fuck shit mode today, or Sunday.
You think they're trying to teach kids there's 57 genders? Go tell that to the cows. How many genders of cows are there? The squirrels. I bet they can figure it out. There's only 2.
Hey, Kent. Let's go pick up some particular species of fungi and see how many genders there are for them. Excuse me, actually, properly, how many sexes, because gender is an identity construct inside of the sentient being that may or may not exist in a lot of these animals. So it becomes a non-issue. But human gender identity and gender study, pretty interesting subject. And much like the water you love so much, it seems to be, what's that word? Fluid.
Quit pretending, okay? So you think that's inappropriate for children?
I got a God who loves me. Quit pretending, okay?
Evolution's inappropriate for children. Okay. They believe it promotes the story of Noah's Ark as a celebration of genocide. Evolution is all based on genocide. Certain races
Nope, not at all.
have to be wiped out.
Nope.
They discriminate on their hiring practices. That's their business. Get out of their business.
Yes, okay. So let's make sure if I ever end up suddenly somehow becoming a massive ass company, let me just refuse to hire Christians. Let me refuse to hire creationists and see how far that gets me. I'm sure you guys would be suing all over that. It's okay when you do it, though.
I bet you would discriminate. I bet you wouldn't hire me to be the president of your atheist organization.
Well, one, that's an organization. That's not a business. Two, yeah, because it's kind of against the goal of the organization, but it's not a job. There's a difference there.
Would you? Would that be discrimination? It's anti-science. There's nothing scientific about evolution. Guys, give it up. Come on. Nobody's ever seen a cow produce a non-cow. That's a realist. I don't care about all the tax stuff here. Listen.
I don't care about all the tax stuff. Sorry, getting some food in me. Yeah, you wouldn't, Kent. You wouldn't. You wouldn't want to touch on that. You don't know jack diddly shit about taxes. I think this man legitimately doesn't comprehend what taxes are. actually means. I think he literally thinks it is just outright theft. But no, then he complains about tax dollars being used to support evolution. Whatever, he's a piece of shit.
I'm a former teacher. Here's how children are being indoctrinated. I agree. The education system designed to teach them how to think critically has been weaponized by the radical left. Yep. Teaching children these stupid family trees is inappropriate for children. Okay. Teaching children this stupid non-existent geologic column is inappropriate for children. Don't teach that. There's no such thing. How can the top layer of dirt be younger? Where did it come from? Outer space?
This is going to explain to you so much. It's the prime example of how much of a dishonest prick you are. You know, it was great. Seth and I heading through upper middle Tennessee, north middle Tennessee into Kentucky. All the areas they just carved straight through the hills. You know, the former mountains that are these foothills of Appalachia and the like. And you just see layer upon layer upon layer. Sometimes with gradations to a point where you realize, oh yeah, those are definitely separate. There's got to be separate geologic processes going on. We're looking at time here. And then you come back to someone like Kent. It's got to be pathetic looking at the world and having no wonder, no wow, no amazement at just reality when everything is just, oh yeah, God did it.
Every speck of dirt in the universe is the same age. Is it being created some new place from outer space landing on the Earth? No, this whole geologic column is stupid. It's inappropriate for children. Just imagine whales.
Oh yeah, but whale penises is totally appropriate for children.
Walking around. That's inappropriate for children. They show these bones. Oh, they forgot to move the circle over. Those are not hip bones in a whale. They're part of the whale's reproductive system. Got nothing to do with walking on land. Come on, give it up, guys. We got some in the museum here. Ark Encounter and Creation Museum. Welcome.
Come on, give it up, guys. Give it up, guys.
10 millionth guest. Praise God. Everybody go see the thing. Okay. So
yeah, we saw it. Big Bad Mama took an amazing photo of it from a distance. It's black. It is completely black on the outside now.
It bothers them. See, evolution removes all morality. You talk about inappropriate for children. Guys, how do you tell right from wrong if you're an atheist?
We've explained this to you ad nauseum. We're a social species by the nature of generally preferring to not be harmed. We know we probably don't want to harm others and vice versa. And generally, codes of ethics and morals that the populace agree upon, come out. It's a condition I call objectively subjective, to the point where there is such a grand consensus, unspoken but understood amongst the species by the nature of our psychology, that our morality effectively becomes as objective as something can be, that is still done by consensus of the people. It's a beautiful process, but not something you can wrap your head around. And time for us to be called racist Nazis, says the racist Nazi.
I've asked atheists and never get an answer. How do you tell?
I literally just gave you an answer. So fucking quit lying. I've given it before. Others have given it before.
Right from wrong. Where's your standard? Is it wrong for you to go next door and kill your neighbor's baby and eat it? Yeah. Well, the lion does it to the zebra all the time.
Wow. Lions and zebras are different species, and that's the circle of life. Your own analogy doesn't even work. Notice that the adult lions generally don't go after the baby lions. Not for food, certainly. Maybe a competition aspect. Uh-oh, these kids ain't mine. But that's the nature of their their culture, their species, and that's its own thing. But note your own analogy just doesn't even work there. None of his analogies actually work when you look at them.
Why don't you go to Africa and hold up a sign in front of the lion? Stop eating the zebra baby. I'll pay for the sign if you'll go. Yeah. Come on, go try it. Evolution is dangerous. It's the foundation for humanism, for racism, for Nazism, for communism. This is all my video number 5.
Oh yeah, humanism. Humanism is so horrible. And oh yeah, Kent, talk about DVD 5. I've been all over DVD 5, baby. I swear, when me and Seth get everything settled, and we're back into Ambush Tomato HQ Mark 1, ZR HQ Mark 3. We got to subdivide everything. You got to have a Sector 3 pass to get to Sector 2, but the only way to get a Sector 3 pass is through Sector 1, which you have to go to Sector 2 to get to. It's going to be complicated. Fuck. My man, I am going to do a detailed multi-part down of DVD 5. Just full stop, rip it to shreds.
Okay. Watch Seminar Part 5, The Dangers of Evolution and the New World Order. Who was Julian Huxley? Aldous Huxley is what cousin, brother, or something. He said, the reason we leapt at Origin of Species, we like that book. The idea of God interfered with our sexual mores.
Wow, don't give a flying fuck what one random person said, Kent. Move on.
We don't like God telling us it's wrong to commit adultery. That's the real reason, isn't it, guys?
Says the man who's committed adultery multiple times by all definition.
Mores, accepted traditional customs and usages of a particular social group. Moral attitudes. How do you tell what's right and wrong, guys, you atheists? Origin of Species. Teaching children the stupid idea that there are favored races is not appropriate for children. Why don't you go protest the public schools? There's lots.
How about we all go protest outside of DAL?
Lots of them. You won't have to travel so far. I bet there's one in your town. Go protest teaching the kids evolution. Stalin ordered 14,000 Polish prisoner of war officers to be executed. He was a strong believer in evolution. He thought the Poles were an inferior species.
That really wasn't Stalin's view on things. He just was an asshole. It's just kind of how Stalin was. Gay. Stalin wasn't Hitler. You really need to understand that. Stalin was not Hitler. Hitler was not Stalin. Hitler was not Mussolini. Mussolini was not Hitler. Mussolini was not Stalin. Okay? They're separate individuals who all happen to be, in one way or another, authoritarian fuckwits. Kim Il-sung was not Joseph Stalin. Pol Pot was not Joseph Stalin. They both followed their own MOs because, in a sense, they would have been inspired by Stalin. But even more so, they also were authoritarian fuckwits.
Yeah, we need to eliminate evolution from our schools. Hitler ordered 6 million Jews to be executed. He was a strong believer in evolution. He thought the Jews were inferior species. Pol Pot, very strong.
Oh, great. So this is just DVD 5 again. Thank you.
Believer in evolution.
No, he wasn't.
Executed nearly 1 million of his fellow Cambodians.
Hey, Kent, you know who would have been executed in the Khmer Rouge reign? You. You wear glasses. You don't necessarily speak multiple languages, but you wear glasses. You were a teacher. Even if you were a shitty teacher, you would have been taken out. Wait. What does this fucking say? Have I never looked at this before? Did he update this or something? Pol Pot was a strong believer in evolution, false, and thought that hottie over there, the Cambodians, were an inferior. Jess, if you're still here, you and I had a direct discussion about the Khmer Rouge and my care and compassion, and albeit relatively limited knowledge, but a desire to understand more about Cambodia and the killing fields. Kent. Pol Pot wanted the Cambodians, i.e. the Khmer culture, to revert back to its farming, the cultivator aspect, and reject levels of modernity. He thought that would create a better nation, a better culture, a better world for them. Everything Pol Pot did was actually for Cambodians, for the Khmer people, for their culture. Those who were killed, the quarter of the population that were killed, that was due to those people being deemed antithetical to this better future. As I mentioned, intellectuals, people with glasses, people who spoke multiple languages, etc. He saw that as a threat, as outside influence that needed to be eliminated. Cambodians were not an inferior species to him, Kent. This man just had a really fucked up idea on how to make Cambodia let's just go with this analogy, make Cambodia great again. You literally do not know what you're talking about. Full stop. What a fucking pathetic piece of shit you are. I take offense to that, Mr. Hovind. Don't fucking bring up Cambodia if you're not going to learn what in the goddamn hell was actually going on. You propagandist fuckwhore.
More than a third of the entire Cambodian population executed because the stupid leader believed that stupid religion of evolution. The leaders of Great Britain, all you Brits over there, Simon Dan, they were strong believers in evolution like you, and they thought the Aborigines were an inferior species.
S. Cook, this one was only on Facebook, may have been on other platforms, I'm not sure. It wasn't on Rumble. I suspect it might have actually been intentionally done by Joseph to not be on Rumble, so I wouldn't catch it as quickly. This was on the 6th, so the day of the ARC protest. It's Kent post what seems like stroke, just going through his greatest hits again. Yeah, this is DVD 5 Redux, basically.
And needed to be eliminated. Study what happened to the Australian Aborigine. That's inappropriate for children. Kip Kingle killed his parents and a bunch of fellow students, shot him. He was a strong believer in evolution. 15 years old. He said, if there was a God, he wouldn't let me feel the way I do. There is no God, only hate. 1998, 15-year-old Kip Kingle, Thurston High School, entered the school cafeteria, fired.
Notice he can't bring up anything from this century. Hey, Kent, how about the fact that we have a school shooting damn near every day in this country? Why don't you bring up some of those? Why don't you bring up religious backgrounds on some of those people? Why don't you bring up details on any of it? Because you don't actually care about these subjects. All you care about is trying to equate tragedies in history with evolution to make real science look bad. What a dishonest piece of shit you are.
50 rounds from a semi-automatic rifle. 26 students were injured, 2 were killed. Later, bodies of his parents were found in his home. He was arrested.
Well, the thing is, he's done this before on Restream. Not Restream, Rumble. Restream's how they do all their stuff. Rumble. YouTube has a problem with DVD 5, most definitely. But Rumble doesn't give a flying fuck. No. Again, I'm thinking because the protest was happening, they didn't want me to at all catch this until after the fact.
Into police headquarters where he attempted to murder a detective during his questioning. After the Columbine shooting, almost instantaneously, 5 more students from within the Springfield School District were arrested for threatening to murder students, principals, or teachers. Where's this coming from? This never happened when I was a kid.
Lots of shit happened when you were a kid, Kent. You just didn't hear about it.
I mean, people did dumb stuff in school, put pranks, but nothing. We've lost it, and it's because of your stupid evolution religion. Atheists, you guys are to blame for this, okay?
Oh, yeah, that's totally why. It can't be the lack of mental health care in this country. It can't be the perpetual stress of some teenagers face growing up. It can't be victimization. It can't be a lack of compassion from parents who are raised, on shit like what you think, Kent. Nope, can't be any of that.
There's no closure why Kip Kingle murdered his parents. Well, I think there is. Here it is.
I'm gonna be honest, Kent. Like anyone gives a flying fuck about Kip Kingle, all right? Seriously, you talk about this like it's still breaking news, and it's not.
If there was a God, he wouldn't let me feel. You guys infiltrated our public school system, took over. All the curriculum teaches your stupid religion, and we tell the kids they're just an animal. We wonder why they're acting like animals. Violent crimes have increased 1,000% since I was a kid.
Just wanted to let Kent ramble a bit more before I read off Grunwaldy's line. Hey, Kent, what about the Pulse nightclub shooting? Or Stonewall? Where people were killed in the name of God. Exactly.
Maybe the evolution teaching he got is why they're searching for. How many school shootings have there been in America?
Oh, yeah, you had to show off and being in front of the Columbine sign again.
Hundreds of them. Let's see.
How... I gotta see how out of date that slide was again. I just gotta make sure.
The evolution teaching he got is why they're searching for.
Yep, there he is in front of Columbine.
How many school shootings have there been in America?
All right, so 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Huh, funny. Funny, the trend goes down. Funny how that works, huh, Kent? Huh. Almost as if there was a period of a bit of a lull there. And then things went right back to shit, coinciding with right wing idiocy. But what do I know? I'm just some. Hey, keyboard, you want to stop disconnecting all the time? Sorry, I just get slammed with do 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 do.
Hundreds of them. Let's see. Columbine High School, 1999. There have been a total of 389 school shootings in the U.S. What is going on? I think evolution and atheism is partially, maybe largely, to blame.
Nah.
Okay. 1,375 school shootings at public and private elementary and secondary schools in the United States. 515 people killed.
Remember, this is what you tune into on Sunday morning. This is what all the Bible lovers want to watch.
1,161 people injured. The highest number of casualty school shootings was the 2021 to 22 school year. Guys, evolution is inappropriate for children. Quit protesting Noah's Ark and go protest your public school.
Nah.
60% of recorded school shootings occurred at high schools. Let's see, I got all kinds of stuff on this. What's my video number 5?
Yeah, you do. You've got a lot of stuff on this because you seem to be obsessed with murder and guts and gore and horror and terror.
Okay, Joseph is up there with the evolutionists now.
No, he isn't. He chickened the fuck out.
The atheist rally, I'm sorry. And I've never met an atheist who is not also an evolutionist, by the way, because they have to explain how the world got here with.
Yeah, and look at how many Christians you would have met who are also evolutionists. Is that AJ? Yeah, we got AJ. Fuck yeah. It is not their business not to hire based on being LGBT. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, specifically Title VII, prohibits employment discrimination based on sex, which includes orientation. AJ obviously catching up from the beginning, providing stuff about the nature of the discriminatory practices of the Ark Encounter, hitting us with them facts. Hello, AJ. Good to see you, although you won't hear about this till a little later in the stream, but we're glad to have you here. Not so fun fact, first school shooting was in 1764, long before evolution was taught. Was taught. What the hell is taught? I'm dick slow. I have to say the mirrored webcam is not kind to Ken Hoven's face. Oh, I was so used to seeing Kent, we didn't realize how stroke-faced he really is. Yeah.
Without God. So let's see. Joseph, if you got any there on hand, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, they shot.
Dylan. The name is Dylan. For fuck's sake, Kent. You're obsessed with Hitler. That'd be like pronouncing him Adolf Hitler.
The kid, because he had his jaw made him look too advanced. He doesn't deserve the jaw evolution gave him. Look for his jaw, it won't be on his body. His dad was a geologist.
Yeah, they wrote a lot of crazy shit in their journals. I've read them.
Both Eric and Dylan were followers of Nazi teaching. The shooting took place on Hitler's birthday on purpose. Klebold.
No, it was planned for the 19th, but they had to skip it back a day.
Wore a shirt that said serial killer. They shot Isaiah Shoals just because he was black. Newsweek magazine, 1999. Eric's t-shirt said natural selection. Oh, you atheists.
Yeah, they went with NBK themes. If you ever were familiar with the film Natural Born Killers, you'd understand some things.
You're real proud of your natural selection causing evolution, aren't you? Dylan said rat. They spoke German to each other in the hall.
According to whom? Because I've heard conflicting reports on that. Also, are you suddenly saying Germans are bad now, Kent? You saying Germans are bad? I like every German I've ever met.
Harris wore a Nazi German cross. Their clothes might give.
Oh, you mean the Iron Cross, which has been a Germanic symbol for well before and well after the Nazi era? Huh. Funny for someone who watches Mark Felton videos to not comprehend that. But then again, I don't think this dude actually absorbs any of the information when he watches these things. I think they're just comfort background noise for him. It's the kind of stuff my daddy would have liked.
A clue. This is from Rocky Mountain News. One of the t-shirts said natural selection. Guys, inappropriate for children. Evolution is inappropriate for children. Don't teach that. Go protest your public schools, publicly funded museums, science centers, and tell them to quit. It's a foundation for racism. I tell people I've never met a black man or a white man. We're all just different.
Except for that black man you met on the highway going up to Macon or whatever, and you took him to go get KFC, right? You love telling that story.
Shades of brown. That's all we are. There's no such thing as racism. There's one race called the human race. Okay. That's it. That's it. We're all the same. But Darwin's book, Origin of Species, he says these are different races. No, they're not. They're just different varieties of the same animal. His book, right here on my shelf, Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection. Hey, come on in, folks. We're filming this from Kentucky, and then they're going to put it up live on our show, on our channels.
We're filming this from Kentucky, and they're gonna put it up live. Yeah, I'd heard about this. Yeah, he's in full semi-stroke mode.
Darwin thought natives were advanced animals. Let's see. We battle to put out the fires of racism. We don't see their fundamental cause. We mourn lives taken in abortion clinics, but we don't see the reason behind it. Abortion is murder because of the stupid evolution religion. Many of the wars that we fought are because of this crazy religion. So I think it's inappropriate for children. All right.
Many of the wars fought are because of the stupid evolution religion. Kent, oil, you know, because we won't move off of fossil fuels because of Republican idiocy.
Joseph, let me go back to my screen here if I can. There we go. Anybody there want to give their evidence for why they believe this crazy idea?
No, sir. I'm not actually at the rally right now. I'm not doing this from the hotel because it has better internet. But
oh yeah, of course you're not. What time was this anyway? What time of day was this? At 10:14 a.m. So that would have been Central Time. So 11:14 Eastern. So we were still in the phases of getting set up. It was a little bit before Ember had spoke, because it was getting a little before 12 when we finally got started.
okay. My plan is to schedule some for this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, that plan really came to light. That really worked out. You didn't even try. You didn't even try. You know, a comment on my YouTube channel would have sufficed. I'd been like, okay, Joseph, let's meet up somewhere.
Okay. Well, you call me and tell me when you want me to do anything with it. I got a bunch of people here waiting for a tour for visiting.
Yes, sir. I'll get with Garrett or somebody and we'll schedule it all out. We're live now, though, Doc. This isn't for recording later. We went ahead and went live.
Yeah. Well, if you guys want to come down and visit Dinosaur Adventureland, please do. It's free. What else you want? You want us to pay you to come? I can't do that. So we have 30 cabins you can stay in, 17 lakes and ponds for fishing and swimming. It's just, this place is magic. You've been here, what, 3.5 years, Joseph? 4 years? Something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Almost 5.
Yes, sir. If y'all are all supposed to be brothers, what's with that? Okay? What's with that kind of verbiage? See your brother in Christ or see your fucking boss? Which is it, buddy?
Years total. I was here about a year and we've been back about 3.5 this time. So yes, sir. I love the place.
And is there, what are the atheists? Oh, one atheist put up a
Dossman here saying, not sure why YouTube keeps recommending me atheist channels, lol, but he's a lolcow amongst Christian circles. Yeah, hey, glad to have you here, and hey, DOS themed, hell yeah. I'm gonna have to check you out if you do content. I'm into tech and computer stuff. Yeah, just another atheist here. Pretty crude one at that, but one who knows, even for Christians, that Kent Hovind is truly scum. I'm guessing YouTube's recommendation is just the fact that if you do watch any anti-Kent Hovind stuff, it's going to presume you're related to the atheist aspect of it rather than just the Hovind stuff. YouTube's analytic processing is a little weird like that. Sir, sounds better than calling him Doc. This is true. This is true.
Channels, you don't want to go there. There's skeletons out there. Yeah, they're plastic skeletons used as a prop. They kill people, he said. They're pretty desperate.
Yeah, they are desperate, Doc. They say all kinds of crazy things.
Who is this they, Kent? Who is this they?
They can't handle the truth is the problem. So anyway, folks, we got folks here in the church. We're going to have a quick meeting here. But thank you for joining us live on our channels. Please tell others about us. We don't advertise much, so get me on channels to do a show. And anybody's got a podcast or a TV show, I'd be glad to come on as a guest. I've done thousands of them.
I got a podcast. I got a TV show. I got blogs. I got internet radio, smoke signal, semaphore, telegraph, 600 baud, BBS, everything. Come on, Kent. Let's have a conversation. We can talk about taxes and what science actually is, and spousal abuse, and the history of holy wars, and all kinds of good shit. Oh, you don't want to do that, do you?
I want to help teach. The Bible is true. It's very simple. The Bible's true. God made the world. He owns it, and he makes the rules. And if you don't like his rules, go make your own world and live wherever you want. But if you're going to live on his world, he's going to judge you by his rules, whether you like it or not. And that's why, because we're all guilty of breaking his rules, God said, look, I'm going to come down and do this for you. None of you can do it. You're all sinners.
Except then I'm going to create the additional clause that you have to accept this story and a bunch of other stuff and still maintain as much as you can this other stuff, but not all of this other stuff. And then maybe I'll consider accepting the forgiveness that I put onto you through sacrificing myself to myself, because it's a blood cult based around death. Okay.
I'll become a man, Jesus Christ, let them crucify me. So his blood will pay for your sins. That's the way it works. The death penalty. Any sin is a death penalty in God's economy.
That's pretty shitty. Also, person who makes the rules can't just forgive people. Still pretty pathetic.
If God let you and I into heaven the way we are, we'd ruin that place like we've ruined this one.
You would. I would.
He said, no, you got to be perfect to come here. Well, that takes me out. Takes everybody out. So God said, I'll do it.
Nah, not me. I'm perfect. Straight up.
And the blood of
That's Jess. I'm perfect.
Jesus Christ cleanses us from all sin, and his righteousness is put onto your account when you receive him. I'm going to heaven. It's not because I'm good. It's because he forgave me. You can do the same thing. What I prayed February 9th, 1969, just a simple little prayer. And there's no magic prayer to go to heaven. Here's what I said.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm Ken Hovind. I said magic words.
It worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Try it. I just said, dear Lord Jesus, I'm a sinner. I've broken your laws and I'm guilty. I believe you died for me. I believe you rose from the dead. Could you please forgive me? Would you please come live in my heart and save me? Amen. That was it.
I ain't got room in my heart for anybody to live in there. It's too busy pumping blood, doing important shit.
I tell people it's like planting a seed. If you take this kernel of corn and stick it in the ground, it will grow.
You ain't gonna get shit because that kernel's dead, yo.
Into a big tall plant with a whole bunch of kernels of corn on cobs. I was raised in Illinois, corn country. It's everywhere. This seed knows how to make an entire plant. All the scientists in the world combined cannot make a seed, a kernel of corn. Can you guys make one?
And all the gods in the universe can't make a space shuttle. What does that tell you, Kent?
And then make it grow. So, okay, I should write love on the side of your whacking atheist hammer. Ha! I've got several hammers. Let's see. People have given me. This is for whacking atheist, piece of bamboo or something. And then, if that doesn't work, we have a bigger one. It's plastic, guys. Don't worry. It's okay. Then we have a really big one. Where'd that go? Oh, way up there. That's a really big one. Big hammer. To whack some of them. I've whacked some over and over, and they still don't get it. Okay, Lynn writes in, where are you located? I'm in my chair right here. Lenox, Alabama.
I'm gonna comment on Ken Hovind's stupid show. I don't know anything about him, but I'm watching him enough to comment. Like, I don't know he's in fucking Lenox, Alabama. He says it every goddamn day.
Go straight north of Pensacola, Florida, about 70 miles, and you'll see a little bitty town about that big called Lenox. 30 people in town. We're 1 mile north. We're in the outskirts of an unincorporated community. What do you call that?
Bumfuck nowhere.
Good luck finding it. Just type in dinosaur adventureland. But when we get Krabby put together, the world's largest horseshoe crab, that'll be another drawing thing to draw people in here. So help us advertise that. Thank you for the question. Can you identify the prophecies of 1 Timothy 1:18 through 20? 1 Timothy, there are 5 books that start with a T in the New Testament, and they're all together. So once you find one, you found them all, okay? First, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st, 2nd Timothy, and Titus. Okay, 1 Timothy.
First titties, second titties, first tubular, first tuberculosis, second tuberculosis.
See? Chapter 1, verse 18. This charge I commit thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, having faith and a good conscience, which some having put away concerning faith were shipwrecked. Can I identify the prophecies that he referred to? I don't think I can. Brother Meister's been at this for 60 some years. He might know. He said the prophecies, that's a good question. There's only 33,101 verses in the Bible. I've been reading them for 56 years, but
and you don't understand any of them.
I don't think I understand all of them.
No, any of them.
People, it's not the things I don't understand about the Bible that bother me. It's the things I do understand that bother me, because I'm not doing them either. That's what bothers me. Okay, replying. Kent, why did you get kicked off YouTube this time? Just shows you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I didn't want to get kicked off. And by the way, all of you are welcome to take my shows and put them on your YouTube channel. Just show your face and put your name on there. Hey, this is George. I'm going to show you this video. Click, and you can all do it for me.
Yeah, that's not going to fly. Way to get people to lose their already pathetic, I'm sure, YouTube accounts, Kent. You know, Ken, it's funny. We agree on something you said a sec ago while I was munching on some crackers about something about the parts of the Bible you do understand that concern you, or so what have you. It's like, yeah, that's us too. That's why we don't believe this garbage.
Yeah, but we're on a bunch of other channels besides YouTube. Okay, so I guess we're still alive. Any more questions? Oh, I live in Woodstock, Alabama. Where are you located? I have a question. Okay, Lynn, we are in Lenox.
You just answered this.
Halfway between Monroeville and Evergreen and Bruton. We're actually in the middle of nowhere. You got to go south to Bruton 18 miles. You got to go east to Lenox or to Evergreen about 16 miles. And you got to go west to Monroeville about 16 miles. So yeah, middle of nowhere. Just type in Dinosaur Adventureland, it'll come up. You know, the broadcast is backwards, unable to read anything. I tell Joseph about that. I don't.
Oh, the horror. It's mirrored video of shit that you've been staring at for the past year. Lost then found. What a fucking idiot you are. Like you haven't seen his charts and everything else. Holy fuck. Everything was absolutely fine of what was necessary to see from his stupid slideshow.
Would it help if I turn around? That wouldn't fix it, would it? Sorry about that.
God, the intelligence of the people that this man attracts.
Where is the fire below earth? Don't know. Where is hell? The Bible seems to indicate it's in the center of the earth. There's a lot of verses that would go together to give that, like the rich man and Lazarus, Luke. They died. They went to hell, but there's a big valley between them, and they could talk to each other. Luke 16. Read the story. They could talk. They could hear each other. They could see each other. They could talk to each other. So apparently, there's consciousness after death in hell. But Lazarus went to the good side, which used to be paradise or Abraham's bosom. That's now gone. They've all been taken up to heaven after Jesus died on the cross. His blood cleanses you from all sins. The blood of the animals, the sacrifice, only covered their sins. The blood of Jesus Christ cleanses us. So he told the thief on the cross, today you'll be with me in paradise.
And people treat this as real. People are serious about this.
Now to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So that's another long story. Apparently it's been covered up by the scholars. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, there's another conspiracy.
You know, the broadcast is backwards. Okay, got that. I live in Woodstock. Where are you? Okay, Lenox. Question, can you identify I did that one. Doug, thank you, Doug. Probably their brains are messed up. Evolution soup. True. TJ Fisher at Lenox, Alabama. Who's TJ Fisher? Is he here? We got a lot of folks here this morning.
We got no one here. Time for Joseph to come in and do kind of supervise the old man.
No.
No, I think he was just answering the question. Somebody in the chat was answering that question. They didn't think you. So. But I think
There's
we're caught
only
up
one
on questions.
in Lennox. Now there is a Lennox in Massachusetts. That's not us. Yeah, I don't want to be Massachusetts. I like Massachusetts. You got like good folks up there, but there's too many of them, and got some wicked, got some sinners and some idiots. You should see the way drive in Massachusetts. You know they don't have IQ tests to drive in Massachusetts. Yeah, you can tell. Drive, go right around them. Okay.
I don't even have a comment.
Let's see. Jump rope, jump. Yeah. Kent, where's your museum?
I'm gonna need some gummies after this. Need some damn gummies.
Right over there. Okay. Right here in Lennox. Come on, visit. Okay. Any other questions from folks here? Sorry, we started early because of their atheist rally going on.
And we totally don't have a fucking clue how to actually park at a place where there was plenty of parking. So we're just gonna completely bumblefuck it.
Well, all 17 people are there. So any questions?
More like 50 plus, easy.
From here, topics? No? All right. Well, I'm going to give a bunch
I don't even think there's anybody actually there. I think he's literally talking to phantoms.
of tours of Dinosaur Adventureland, and then I got in at 3:30 this morning. I'm going to try to get a nap sometime.
Got in at 3:30 this morning. Boy, are my Hovens tired.
Before I fall over. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. Come visit. We want to strengthen your faith. For years, for 56 years, I've been a Christian. There's 3 things I want to do. If you're not saved, I want you to get saved.
Oh, but coming up to the Ark Encounter protest to do such was not worth it. So obviously you don't want to. Just straight up, don't fucking want to do that. So quit fucking lying.
Atheists, I would like you to give your heart to the Lord and get saved.
Obviously not.
I mean, they were all cocky about Noah and looking an idiot building a boat in the middle of the field. You know, how are you going to drag that boat to the water? The water's going to come to me, okay? And it had never rained. He was teaching something that had never happened. It's going to rain, folks. Get in my boat.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. How the plants, stayed hydrated and the like.
Didn't listen until it started raining. Then they wished they had, but it was too late because God shut the door. And God's going to shut the door on you one of these days when you're too late. You can't. You die. You're dead. So I want my.
Yes, your unlimited, all-powerful God has limitations. Can't just be like, you're all right. Beautiful.
56 years I've been trying. I want to get people saved. Then, secondly, I want to strengthen your faith in the Word of God. I've been searching to be ready to give an answer to every man that asks me.
And your answer is fucking garbage.
I try to get 50-some thousand slides on PowerPoints you can get on a thumb drive. Call the office, 855 Big Dino, extension 1.
Won't be doing that.
We want to strengthen your faith. I think the Bible is flawless, perfect.
Yet you've literally said, that. Well, no, you haven't covered the flaws. You still hold that there's no flaws. It was stuff that was taken literal versus figurative. You say it's literally true, and then you've said there's pieces that aren't literally true.
No mistakes, no contradictions.
Except there are.
And thirdly, if you're saved and you're not doing anything for the Lord, I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Get off your butt and get moving. There's work to do.
Why? Why should someone have to do the job that should be the job of the deity? Quit acting like everyone's supposed to do all this fucking shit. Just because you feel like it doesn't mean everyone else has to or is supposed to. Unless Magic Book says somewhere you're supposed to, but at the same rate, I'm sure Magic Book says somewhere that not everyone's supposed to.
Okay? If you're not going to shoot, carry bullets.
Yes, because it's really a war. The only people wanting war are you assholes. They are the ones you think they're coming around rolling coal and giving people the finger and stuff and creep filming from sniper positions is a good idea.
Care of the wounded. Do something. People say, did God call you to do this, Brother Hovind? I don't know. Needed to be done. So see, if you're sitting in your car and you turn the wheel all the way to the left, you know what happens? Nothing. If it isn't moving, start rolling, and then God can guide you. Okay?
Keep rolling, yeah.
There was a guy who sent to find a bride for Isaac because he was kind of bashful. And he got there and he said, being in the way, the Lord led me. You just get moving, do something, the Lord will lead you. If you don't know what else to do, support our ministry that does something.
Or you could just support Lord Yamato and all my crazy projects. Hey, you know, I offer multiple communication services for free. Ask me about my phone network. Ask me about my chat client. Ask me about, you know, free and open source software being used for the greater good of the public interest. I contribute more to society. I've contributed more to society in the past year than you have your entire life, Kent.
Come visit Dinosaur Adventureland. Okay, we're a little early here for folks, but that's good because I'm going to give everybody a tour and then I'm going to go jump and take a nap. Thank you. See you tomorrow night. We'll be back in Psalms chapter 140. I can't open my slides right now. I'm going to do 3 different Psalms. I already worked on it 3 days ago. I forgot.
I worked on it 3 days ago. I forgot. I got to work on this, even though I've done all this shit before.
Okay, see you tomorrow night. Bye.
Go to hell, Hovind. Well, that was what Hovind was doing. That was the bullshit Joseph was spewing. As we all see clearly, Hovind definitely had something go on again. Is what it is. I'm no medical expert. Doesn't magically take him off the hook for being overall a garbage person. Joseph is absolute chicken shit. Hovind's also chicken shit. The whole group of them are garbage. You know, you guys differ. By you guys, I mean talking to Hovind and Joseph. Y'all know how to get in contact with me. Can't be that hard. And none of this call 845 Big Dino and schedule debate shit. Y'all are the ones who want to debate everybody and interact. So put up or shut up. Y'all set up stuff through me under my terms, not the other way around. For being little pussies and actually get off your asses and do something. Or acknowledge that you completely chickened out, which is fine. Just gonna keep calling you bitch made. That's the end of that, though. Much love, everyone. I'm going to enjoy some Guild Wars, work on a few things here and there, try to get myself relaxed so that hopefully I can finally get back to work tomorrow and begin a few more weeks of normalcy before the big move happens. So much love. I'll catch everyone next time after I read another couple of comments. Ken Owen is one clown. Yep. From Nomadic Cole and from our friend Justin. Can we replace Kent with the Mirror Universe Kent, the one with the goatee? Yeah, seriously. Actually, we all agree that odds are Hovind High would actually be someone cool to hang out with. He would acknowledge he's full of shit, and he'd just talk like a dude, like an old man who's just relaxed. But of course, that'll never happen. But High Hovind, that would be interesting to see. With that being said, again, much love. Catch everyone next time.